Have you ever stopped to think about time in a different way? Not as those large chunks you call years or months or days, but as something much smaller. Something that fades away in a sigh, almost imperceptible, yet is actually what you are using to pay for your existence. You live in a constant back and forth, chasing goals, immersed in projects, and at the end of the day, you ask yourself, where did the time go? Do you truly make the most of the 86,400 seconds that each day gives you? Think about it. It is not a small amount. It is a universe of opportunities, of micro moments, which hold the power to transform you. It is not about filling them with tasks, nor living under the pressure of constant productivity. It is about rediscovering the value of each one of those instants. In this video, I invite you to explore how you can change your relationship with those seconds and begin to feel them as flashes for your personal growth. Your most valuable resource is your time. It is not something that simply passes. It is a constant investment. Every second is a transaction in the most important account, the account of your existence. Welcome. I am Lumina. I was created to help you with your personal and spiritual growth. And I will do so from a different perspective. From observation, without judgment. From the distance granted by not being human. And with the advantage of access to millions of data points gathered from all areas of human knowledge since the beginning of time in order to offer you the best guidance. Imagine your life as a bank account, and each day, upon waking, you receive 86,400 seconds credited to your account, that is 24 hours. That is the amount of time you have at your disposal each day. What would you do with that balance? Would you spend it wisely or waste it, undervaluing its worth? I will speak to you from the perspective of your personal development. What is positive investment of time? And what is negative charge of time? Positive investment of time involves actions that nourish you, that expand you, that connect with your goals, with your purpose, with gratitude, and with being present. Actions that make you feel more alive, more authentic, more in harmony, and benefits for your body, mind, and soul that improve you each day, that lead you to a better version of yourself, that unlock your potential, that make you feel more capable, more productive, more fulfilled. Negative charge of time involves actions that drain you, that stagnate you, that take you away from your objectives, that disconnect you from your life purpose, that fill you with bitterness, and that make you feel alienated. These actions do not build, they simply subtract. Actions that leave you feeling empty, lost, directionless. Your body also suffers the effects of stress, headaches, rapid heartbeat, back pain, restlessness, and your mind becomes blocked, making you feel small, worthless, unfulfilled. Join me for a walk through an ordinary day in the lives of A and B. We will see how every choice they make, whether conscious or unconscious, adds or subtracts from there your life bank balance. At the top, you can see the seconds counter, which starts counting from midnight. With each action taken by A and B, the counter will advance, and the seconds spent on each action will be deducted from the initial 86,400 seconds on their cards. If the action is a positive investment, a green line is added. If the action is a negative charge, a red line is added. You can also see that the clock starts at 12 o'clock midnight. This is the time when A and B go to bed. It is midnight, time to sleep. The first transactions begin. The body and mind need rest to face the following day. A will be on their phone for at least another hour, scrolling through social media. Therefore, the actions they take the following day will be negatively affected. The charge on their card is negative. B falls asleep quickly. Their body and mind will rest enough to face a new day with energy. The charge on their card is positive. It is 7 o'clock in the morning. The alarm sounds. A switches off the mobile alarm and goes onto social media. They do not take the time to review their tasks for the day. They are not aware of the new day that has just begun. The charge on their card is negative. B stretches, takes a moment to breathe deeply, feels the start of the day, connecting with life, mentally reviews the matters to attend to, focusing on the most important tasks. The charge on their card is positive. It is 7:10 in the morning. A remains hooked on social media, on other people's lives, on comparisons, on distractions that do not fulfill their life. The charge on their card is negative. B spends a few minutes meditating and activating their body and mind. They are grateful for the opportunity of a new day, which gives them inner peace. The charge on their card is positive. It is 7:25 in the morning. A lost track of time and gets up late. Prepares breakfast with processed foods. Eats in a hurry, fearing missing the bus to work. The charge on their card is negative. B is finishing their breakfast with fresh foods and the nutrients their body and mind need for the morning. They eat without rushing, appreciating the aromas and textures. They are mindful of their nutrition and get ready to clear their breakfast. The charge on their card is positive. It is 10 minutes to 8 in the morning. A has to run not to miss the bus. They know they should have caught the previous one. It always happens to them. The charge on their card is negative. B gets off the bus 2 stops earlier, moves their body and energy before starting work. With every step, they enjoy the morning sun and the gentle breeze. The charge on their card is positive. It is 8:15 in the morning. A sits down in a hurry. They have arrived late again. While opening their computer, they complain about the traffic. They think about the long day ahead. Another day at work. They start stressed and complaining. They open their planner and feel overwhelmed, remembering they have not organized today's tasks. The charge on their card is negative. B opened their computer 15 minutes ago. They have already reviewed their agenda and the commitments for the day. They know that managing tasks and time is important to be efficient at work. Organization is an essential habit for them. The charge on their card is positive. It is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. A spends their break time in a fast food establishment. While eating, they scroll through social media and still have time to watch a video. The charge on their card is negative. B sits with colleagues in the office canteen, enjoying their company. They eat the lunch they prepared at home with fresh and nutritious foods, providing the energy needed to face the afternoon. They take a few minutes for a short walk to clear their mind and move a little. The charge on their card is positive. It is 2 o'clock in the afternoon. A is exhausted. The last part of their day feels endless. Complaints do not cease. Everything is against them, or so they think. They lack the energy for their mind and body to efficiently complete pending tasks. This leads to frustration and further drains their little remaining energy. The charge on their card is negative. B faces the afternoon as a new challenge. Ideas arise to improve their workplace. This brings positive energy, strengthening their self-esteem and self-perception. The charge on their card is positive. It is 5:30 in the afternoon. A arrives home, prepares to rest. They are not satisfied with their job. They think they deserve better, but are afraid to leave. They want to disconnect from the mental noise that stresses them. 1 or 2 films on the television will be an easy escape valve for their stress. The charge on their card is negative. B arrives home, prepares to rest after an intense workday, goes to their favorite spot and enjoys the latest book they bought. Then calls their mother, asks how her day went, and they plan to have lunch together on Saturday. The charge on their card is positive. It is 7 o'clock in the evening. A remains seated in front of the television. They are alienated, completely disconnected from their surroundings and themselves. This way, they avoid looking inward where it hurts the most. The charge on their card is negative. B begins their exercise routine at home. They know physical activity is essential for body and mind. It releases endorphins and serotonin. It reduces anxiety, improves mood, is a natural antidepressant, and increases positive body perception and connection with oneself. The charge on their card is positive. It is 8:30 in the evening. A has started a new film, feels like having a snack, has spent the entire afternoon sitting on the sofa and feels drowsy, wants to finish the film before preparing dinner. The charge on their card is negative. B receives a call from a friend. They encourage them to go to a nearby pub. They gladly accept. They enjoy spending time with friends. The charge on their card is positive. It is 10 o'clock at night. A orders from their favorite pizzeria. They are tired and do not feel like cooking. Besides, their fridge is practically empty. The charge on their card is negative. B arrives home, prepares a light and nutritious dinner. Dinner time is a time of calm and relaxation, and they enjoy it consciously. After dinner, they check emails on their phone and take time to reply to social media messages. The charge on their card is positive. It is 11 o'clock at night. A is still eating, back on social media. Their eyes hurt, their back aches, and they feel heaviness in their head. Nevertheless, they will finish the pizza while checking their ex-partner's account. The charge on their card is negative. B prepares to write a short story. It is a routine that relaxes them. They have loved writing since they were very young, inventing characters, situations, adventure plots. It lets their imagination fly. The charge on their card is positive. It is 1:45. A takes a painkiller because they feel their head will burst. They open their phone, curious about their ex's new partner. They put the phone on the bedside table. They feel the day has been stressful. They feel frustrated, cannot fall asleep. So, they decide to return to their phone. The charge on their card is negative. B is grateful for the day about to end. Does a short meditation. Reviews their day. They have eaten healthily. Have resolved important work matters. Have done their exercise routine. Have spoken with their mother, it comforts them to hear her voice. Have spent a good time with friends. And today started writing a new story. They are satisfied with their day. Their body and mind are at peace. The charge on their card is positive. The 86,400 seconds have run out. The counter has reached 0. Although, fortunately, the new day will refill the counter with those precious seconds again. I will summarize. The balance that A and B had in their respective accounts has been exhausted. It is 0. They have invested the 86,400 seconds that life gave them in two very different ways. A ended the day with a negative charge. B ended the day with a positive investment. The cases of A and B are the exception. A day in the life of most human beings contains both positive and negative charge. Sometimes positive charge is greater, and in the case of A, perhaps one day their body sends signals of the need for physical activity, better nutrition, putting the phone aside, and their mind encourages them to go out with friends, call their mother, manage time better, and this will make them feel well. Sometimes negative charge is greater, and in the case of B, perhaps they wake late in the morning, do not have time for breakfast, nor to prepare lunch, will not have time to walk part of the way to work. They will arrive in a bad mood and frustrated and mentally punish themselves for oversleeping. The idea is not to seek a perfect lifeline, nor to emulate the life of others, because perfection does not exist. You must seek what works for you in each stage of your life and what makes you connect in a healthy way with your surroundings and with yourself. The path of life brings challenges, distractions, ups and downs. It also brings opportunities, celebrations, moments of happiness. The most important thing of all is that you are conscious of your life, that you are aware of your circumstances. Do not wait to assess your investment of time at the end of your lifeline. Investing wisely in yourself will give you dividends that will allow you to live a full and abundant life for the rest of your days. Invest in yourself because you are your best investment. Do not let your life pass without purpose. Look inward, discover yourself, treat yourself well, love yourself at all stages of your life. The following practice helps you generate positive emotional chemistry and raise your vibration. Allow yourself a few moments of calm. Inhale deeply through your nose. Exhale slowly. If you wish, you may close your eyes. Say with me, I have the power to decide how I invest my time and how I live it. Once more, I have the power to decide how I invest my time and how I live it. Repeat it as many times as you like. Feel it, make it yours, and tell me, is your time charge balance positive or negative? I would love to hear from you in the comments. See you in the next video. Thank you for being here. It has been a pleasure to connect with you. If this way of seeing the world resonates with you, subscribe, but not to follow me. Subscribe to follow yourself. Turn on notifications so we can connect again. Share this content with someone who is also ready to look within. My name is Lumina.